Okay, so we gotten over the worst and awful movies of 2018. And I managed not to put The Incredibles 2 on the worst movies of the year. Even though I hate that movie. Today we go over the top 10 best movies of the year. I'm only be putting movies that I have seen on this list, of course. But this is basically the best movies. Number 10, Venom. Venom is just a unique movie. Some people are saying this movie is really bad, but I think this is actually a pretty underrated movie. It's not the best superhero movie in the world, but it's still pretty good. The performance was good, and it's pretty much an underrated film that deserves more respect. And good thing this movie did better than A Star Is Born, because that movie's pretty overrated. But this movie was pretty good, and it actually was a great movie. I recommend seeing it. So Venom, great movie. Number 9. Number 9, we're going to have to go over. Even though this movie came out in theaters of 2019, I'm going to sneak this movie because it came out in Japan in 2018. We're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super Broly. This movie had a lot of action, a lot of it's just a Dragon Ball movie. It's really great. It's really unique. It was pretty much a good movie all throughout. It was all action, no agenda. How movies should be. Movies should not be pushing an agenda, which is what Dragon Ball Super Broly did. They made the Saiyan story, the origin of the Saiyans, more concrete. And basically, it's just a good movie. Number 8. Bumblebee. Bumblebee was just a cute movie. Had good acting, good characters, and it's the best Transformers movie today. It's not made by Michael Bay. It's much better. It's way much better than that other one, than the Michael Bay one, and it actually had a story and actually had care put into it. Number 7. Aquaman. Aquaman, I thought was going to be really crappy, okay? I thought it was going to be bad because no one liked Aquaman. I was proven wrong, and everybody else was proven wrong. This movie was really great. Really great visuals, really great story, and it's basically the second best DCEU movie by far. I think the DCEU movie has learned from the mistake, learned from Justice League. Justice League was not a bad movie, but if you were an analyst of movies, you know this movie was bad. Not that good. Number 6. Hey, wait. What movie are we talking about? Oh yeah, number 6 is Ready Player One. I thought this movie was going to be terrible, it's just going to be references to 90s, so at least it had more of a story than The Incredibles 2. You had to mock The Incredibles 2 to the cast. You really had to. Can you have one review without mocking The Incredibles and the fans of The Incredibles? It's just why? Why would you mock The Incredibles? Oh, sorry about that. That cat was really annoying me. He'll come back. He'll respond. I'm back. But Ready Player One was actually exceeded my expectations. It was cool. It was epic. It was not boring as I hate everything. I hate everything, so he probably hates most movies. But it was a pretty good movie. It had a story. It had a better story. It had a really great story, really great action scenes, and it actually had a pretty great story. And if you're a gamer, you would love this movie, of course. Like Pixels. Pixels is another one that's pretty underrated. I wish people would actually watch it instead of saying hating it because it has Adam Sandler in it. But let's moving on. But I'm not gonna say Hotel Transylvania for you. That movie was bad, okay? Hotel Transylvania. That entire series is awful. But number 5. Number 5 is Deadpool 2. If you love the first Deadpool movie, you'll love the sequel, because Deadpool 2 is just absolutely funny. It's more of the same Deadpool funny humor. It's not Once Upon a Deadpool, the original Deadpool 2. It's funny humor. It's easily one of the funniest movies I've ever seen with the first movie. I prefer the first movie over the second one, because the first movie has much better jokes, but there was just a lot of jokes in there that were just pretty funny. And I think Deadpool 1 and 2 will be considered classics in terms of comedy movies in the future. Number 4, Bohemian Rhapsody. This is basically a movie that is tragic, and basically it's not really, it's not perfect, it's a near perfect film. It explains the controversial lifestyle of Freddie Mercury, and it shows no songs like We Will Rock You, which I know that song's from Pixels, and it felt like a very great movie. I'm glad it won Best Picture at Golden Globes over A Star Is Born. That movie's overrated, and basically, it's basically great because it's basically one of the greatest musicians finally gets a movie of himself, and basically that's all it is. Well, it's a great movie, great story, great acting. They basically pulled off it quite greatly. Number 4. 4? We're already there. Yes, we're already there at 4. Number 4 is Ant-Man the Wasp. Actually, I think it's number 3 actually, not number 4. Number 3 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. I like this movie more than everyone else. It's just so funny. Ant-Man and the Wasp is just one of those surprising movies. I thought this movie was just gonna be a dull movie, but it was pretty funny. It had a lot of humor. It actually had a decent story, and it doesn't feel forced. Even though this movie had kind of an agenda in it, doesn't feel forced. The suit thing was actually more humorous than it was forced agenda, and it kind of was just a more humorous movie than everything else. Number 2, I think I'm gonna pick a January movie, which is pretty well because January movies tend to be garbage. But we're picking 12 Strong. This movie was a very unique. It was a good war movie. I like watching war movies. First of all, it was a pretty good movie. It had a story to it. The ending had a large amount of tension to it and stuff. It was a pretty good movie, and it gave you the tension that it needed. Honorable mentions: Alpha, pretty sad and emotional story, great movie. Rampage, I loved the movie, but I don't think it should be in the best movies of 2018. It was a really fun movie. I liked it more than everyone else because I liked the games. I played the games a lot when I was a kid. The game for the GameCube, Rampage Total Destruction. So, of course, I'm going to put it on the honorable mentions as it deserves to be on here on the honorable mentions and to be mentioned somewhat. Halloween, great remake, but of course, it's not original. The 15 to 17 Paris, I'm glad that these heroes deserve the attention they deserved and go further into the lives of heroes that saved people on a train. Good movie. Not as bad as the critics say it is. And other honorable mentions include The Mule and several other movies that were pretty great, but were not too bad. There were great: Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Batman Ninja. That's because it reminds me of Japanese movies. And that's basically it for honorable mentions. And number 1, I'm going to pick Infinity War. Infinity War was basically the climax of all climaxes. And basically, if you haven't seen any of the MCU movies, you should just watch them all before. This is a movie as basically, even though Endgame's gonna be the same thing, the climax to the ending of Infinity War, it basically left you on a big cliffhanger, so you have to wait a year for the actual ending. But it was really great. Liked it. It was really great movie. I liked the movie a lot. A ton of action, good story. It had a lot of action, but at least had a good story to it. It was really a movie about trying to stop Thanos from destroying the world. And that's what this movie is. 10 out of 10. Those are the best movies of the year. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And goodbye.